Hi guys, it's me, Ruowen Huang. I just tried to do a broadcast while walking, but I realized it really kind of give myself dizziness, even though I'm not the one who watching. So anyway, just thought I'd sit here and share a conversation with you guys before I forgot. Just now, earlier, before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today, I want to talk about soul searching. And why do I want to talk about soul searching? That's because I have this the brief conversation with my husband. I felt it's worth it for me to do a broadcast about it. So before I forget about it. So anyway, it's very often you hear people talk about they need to do some soul searching. Usually that will happen, sometime younger age, but most likely happen in the older age, that people get to a certain age and all of a sudden they feel need to do soul searching, or they will even hear their partner or wife, husband encourage them to do soul searching. So it took me a while to start to realize but very often people soul search when they take a solo trip to a faraway place, usually away from what they are comfortable with, or away from what the world, the society they know, and go to a very remote place. They're there for a long time, and they believe this kind of activity will actually help you to be more connected with your soul, to understand what it is that your soul wants or need. So it took me a lot of observation just by talking to people, having a lot of client consultation with a lot of client, and also my observation. I love to observe things, like exactly what is the high that people get from soul searching, like what made them different from those who do not soul search. You know what I mean? For me to start to realize what it is like people soul searching for. The reason we want to soul search because we feel very lost in wherever we are, whatever we do. And then we feel the need to be reconnected with our soul to really understand or find out exactly what is our purpose of life, or exactly where should I be heading, right? A lot of time people need to go remote place. And now I'm going to explain why they have to go to remote place. Because when you go to remote place, that is kind of a behavior that take you away from where you are, what you know, or the environment, or the society, or the work. Like continue feeding you logic, continue feeding you some kind of idea or concept that your soul may or may not agree. Does that make sense to you? Like your society or environment might tell you have to work hard, you gotta make money, you really have to study really hard to get that A, or you have to really meet this standard, right? So when we continue doing that, in some reason our soul just don't feel satisfied. We feel something is missing, and we don't really know what is missing, because no one really tell us, what it is that we're looking for, right? We continue doing what other people tell us to do. We continue to try to achieve that standard that we thought would bring us happiness, would bring us satisfaction. But yeah, at the end, we don't feel happy. We don't feel satisfied. And we feel like lost. Very often we feel lost. We feel we work so hard. We I don't know, just something's not right. And I don't know what is not right. What I start to discover is people don't need to go to remote place to do soul searching. You don't have to get away to get soul searching. If you know how to continue remind yourself that what is important, not what is important to the society, but what is important to you. Have you ever realized when you are in a remote place that usually people choose jungle, the trail, or the mountain to hike, or things like that? Have you ever noticed the consistent of those things existing is they take you away from the society. They take you away from, the material world that you know and you believe is essential. They take you away from the idea like, I need to make money to survive. I need to have my phone connected. I need to be connected to survive. I need to, have a house, have a car. No, when you're in the nature, usually I say take about 3 days. The first day you're still in your story because you're so wind up, right? By the idea what success is supposed to be, what ideal life is supposed to be. It usually takes about second day to start unwind, take about third day to fully let it go and kind of reconnect with the universe or reconnect with nature. So what end up really happen is when you surround yourself in the nature like this, you start to observe even though you say you are not really observing, or you're hearing, you're connecting, everything that present to you, present in front of you, or what you see, what you hear, is how the universe is supposed to connect with one another. How, all of a sudden you will feel money seems to be not important. Maybe a fancy house is not that important. Maybe try so hard to earn an A on my report card is not that important. Maybe having that degree is not important. Because why? You surround yourself in the nature, and none of those exist in the nature. And all of a sudden, because you're so connected with the nature, you're able to bring it to yourself and ask, what is important to me? To feel loved, to feel connected, to feel surrounded by that I'm not alone, really. At the end, even though a lot of people do the trip by themselves, at the end, unlikely you feel, they will say, hey, I feel all alone after this trip. Not really. You feel connected with the universe that you never did before. So if you really understand the whole process of soul searching, what is the need, what exactly is the agenda you try to achieve, you will start to know the so-called soul searching journey. This whole journey can really be executed anywhere, or any place, with or without people, as long as you continuously remind yourself what is important in your life. When you caught yourself being, caught by the society, by people's expectation of you, or things like that, you're able to bring yourself back and think, no, look, what is really important for me? You could possibly figure this out by going out for a walk, by going out for, have a good cup of coffee, or by reading a good book, and all of a sudden you isolate yourself from this idea like how you should be good, but then more connected within yourself, and then understand, look, this is what's important for me. I believe in love, I believe in respect, I believe in connected, I believe in this, because those are what's important to you. So anyway, just a little conversation that I thought I'd share with you guys. For many of you who feel lost, or for many of you who feel like, I don't know, I need to reconnect with my soul, but I don't know what to do. Or I don't know, should I take a trip? Should I take a faraway trip so I can figure myself out? I mean, of course you could, because, it kind of forces you to be in a remote place that you are disconnected with the world, so you actually got brain to rethink what's important to you. But what I'm saying is, for many of you, which I believe many of you doesn't have that budget, doesn't have that time, able to, get away from where you are right now, this is what I'm proposing to you. Soul searching is basically find a way to reconnect with your soul. How do you do that? How do you do that is you try to figure it out, or try to spend some time a day, make it a regular exercise, because eventually you'll realize you can do it anywhere, any place. So spend some time a day to get this habit embedded in you. That is asking yourself, what is really important to me? What is really important to me? And remember that what is important to you usually have nothing to do with material. Because remember, what soul is come here to learn is something we can bring with us when we die. So think about what can you bring with you when you die. Usually it's about integrity, usually about respect, about love, about, gratefulness, or about appreciation. It can be anything else, but usually are about those things that you can actually bring with you when you die as a soul. So now spend some time, I would say 5 minutes a day. Ask yourself question, what is important for me? And then when you start having that answer, you will come up with an answer. Whether that answer is right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Try to use that answer and then execute your life, apply into your life, live your day as that is what you really care about. If you care about love, you care about connection, try to connect with the world that you're living in. Try to connect with your family that you long lost connection, or try to connect with people that you really care. Exercise it. Then you will start to realize so-called soul searching doesn't really take you far. You don't have to go away. You don't have to withdraw everything that you already know, but you could find out what your soul is all about right here, right now. So anyway, just a little bit opinion to share with you guys. Again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, I see you guys next time. Bye.